First story. Is it wrong? Advice please. 31 meters, higher libido wife 29F very lower libido. I used to never look at other women because my wife made me blind to them. But here recently she shows no affection towards me. Barely initiates anything if anything at all. We hug, kiss and cuddle but that's about it. She's giving me a few hand jobs but that's because I asked and she hated it. I'm definitely in the dead bedroom. It's always me initiates anything. But I'm at my ends. To me we're roommates that happen to be married. Anyways, I've been starting to notice other women. I feel so guilty about it. I know it's human nature to look, but damn it hurts. I've tried having a conversation with her for over a week now about how I feel about her lack of affection for me. But she's always trying to avoid the questions, provides minimal responses. She states that she's tired and depressed. Being a salmon not getting out of the house is making her feel that way. 2 kids, 3 and 1-year-old. But she never does. She has no friends really. I was at work today and got upset because she wouldn't talk about anything again. Told her how I felt again and says I'm so sorry babe. So I said I feel that I have to pry information out of you anymore. She replied with when you get home we can talk please. I said it's too late to try and get something out of you. I'm done trying. I'll still be in the picture but that's it. I'm at a standstill. I've been romantic etc. It's like talking to a brick wall. Update. Initiating? Please don't. 31M higher libido L used to be 29F lower libido wife. Read my other post for more info. My wife was going to leave me because I didn't have my priorities in line. I fixed my issues and have been doing great. Her and I were doing great, but it all seems to be downsliding now. I'm tired of not getting the affection I need and deserve. I'm at the point where I hope my wife doesn't initiate sexual affection towards me, which I think she never would anyway. But even if it did happen, I don't know, the thought scares me anymore. The only thing I look forward is work. That isn't fair to my kids because they deserve the father I used to be, but not having affection that I crave has killed me inside. Is anyone else like this? Update. We sat down, cuddled while watching Law and Order. She initiated the cuddle. It felt so good holding each other. Before she went to bed she gave me a long hug and a nice kiss. Things are looking up. Update. Help me make sense of this. Women of Reddit, help me make sense of my situation. Please? This happened months ago but I'm past her cheating on me. Trying to make sense of it though. 14 years together. 31 million. My wife cheated on me while she was drunk. 29F we'll call her Beth. She was going to leave me for good. But I changed and became a better husband that she wanted. She's fallen back in love with me but says there isn't no spark. But yet she was talking to this guy, we'll call him Jeff, and caught feelings for him. Enjoyed the sex and had a connection with him. Jeff and Beth only slept together once. We gotten past all of that and we're going great together. We're happy besides the lack of affection and sexual intimacy from her. Anyways, how is it that she was sexually active with Jeff? I know she was drunk and being drunk increases your libido. If we ended up splitting up, I know she would have continued seeing and sleeping with Jeff. I found their text and Beth was very excited to talk to Jeff. I confronted Beth about the lower libido and she says I'm tired and depressed. Me, well you seemed happy when you was talking to Jeff after sleeping with him. You reached out to him etc. Saying my husband isn't around by the way. Beth, but I wouldn't have slept Jeff again I promise. I called her out on that bullshit, and Beth stated she was being honest. I'm so confused about this situation. Am I overthinking, overreacting about this? How is it that Beth had a higher libido with another partner, but now that we're doing amazing together all of a sudden Beth's sex drive reverted back to lower libido? Maybe because of resentment? She wanted something new. I feel that she's lying about having a LL with Jeff. And that Beth was still reaching out to Jeff still even though she wasn't drunk. Update. I thought it was only downhill from now on, but 31 million higher libido. My wife 29F lower libido. She initiates now. Holy shit. I'm not kidding. She's been coming on to me hardcore. She shows me the affection I want and desire. Our sex life has improved so drastically just in the last week. I'm still in disbelief, but it's really happening. In the last week, we've had more sex than we have since the start of 2024. I've always been the one to want slow, passionate sex, but now I want to be very aggressive during sex, hardcore pound town. She's also being really aggressive towards me as well. Chucking me, biting me, etc. It's new to me and I love it. She definitely does, too. I feel different, like I'm a new me. Our relationship is fantastic, it always has been since we've gotten back together. We adore each other so much. Our spark is back. I know some a good bit why we was in a dead bedroom, me being a shitty husband and father and so on. But I'm wondering how I got out of the dead bedroom. I showed a lot of affection, winning her back. Once I noticed she wasn't showing much or hardly anything back, I checked out somewhat, but not all the way. Maybe she realized something? I have so much more to say, but my mind is racing with so many thoughts and memories, and I'm not able to express it right now. I'm mad heat. If my mind races with thoughts, I get overloaded with too much info and forget stuff. Sorry in advance about my grammar. How I word everything sucks. Anyways, I hope everyone gets progress a success story. Stay strong. Don't stay in a dead bedroom forever. Try and fix it or leave. I know it isn't that easy. Yes, you may have kids or some other situation going on, but you really need to think about yourself. You only have one life. Enjoy it. If anyone has questions, please feel free to ask. Hope the best for everyone. Update. Does this make an asshole? 31M found out my wife 29F cheated for the 5 or 6 times now. We've been together for 13 years now. She cheated on my last night. I have ways of finding out what she does. This morning I went to work. She was messaging me that she's sorry blah 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 bullshit. Once I got home I grabbed my car parts and went to go work on my car. That iced home. I'm done. But we have kids. I hate it for the kids. It makes me sick. She tore our family apart. I'm upset that I won't even be able to see them every day. Never went a day without them. I get a call from her brother that she's having a mental breakdown, that I need to get home so I can take care of the kids while she get her better. I told him that she can take care of them or that her AP can calm her down. I'm done with her. But he stated, but it's your responsibility to take care of the kids while she's going through this. But what would the difference be if I have already moved out and filed for divorce? She would have the kids on the weekdays and I would have them on the weekends. Could someone help me out here? I'm not the asshole, am I? She's the one that broke this family apart. Not I don't even want to be around her from what she has done to me. I plan on moving to another city here soon. Update. I need out but I can't get myself to do it. 31M been together with my wife 29F for 13 years. Married for 3. Hello again. Some of you were right in a way on my last post here. My wife had baby fever. That's why we started sex in the first place. 2 weeks later, I told her that we shouldn't have another baby right now. So the sex stopped. LOL. I ended up seeing a strange text. Didn't think about it at all. Then I went to go look at it again at the end of that day. It was gone. So I did a test and distanced myself from her. A month later, last night, I know it's a weird and stupid test on my behalf. Found out she cheated on me. I'm over it. She has mental health issues and super impulsive. States she don't know why she's like this nor does she like the way she is. This isn't the first time either. 6 times. All 6 of them are reruns in my head. Over and over. I can't bring myself to leave her. But I know I can't keep doing this to myself. I'm doing myself wrong but I have so many mixed emotions. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't the best. I had my flaws. I dueled on many times and that hurt her. I never cheated. I love my kids to death. We don't argue in front of them. We act like things are good in front of them. But I don't want to only have weekends with my kids. My wife is the only person I've ever been with. She's my first and I thought my last. am feeling hatred and anger towards her. We ended up having sex an hour ago, but to me it was more of going to Pound Town to get my anger out. Should I stay for the kids? Because we are not toxic in front of them. Or should I go ahead and leave? I really want to stay with her, but I know I shouldn't. Am I stupid for staying with her the other 5 times? My answer is yes. But our family, our kids. I don't know what to do. I'm so confused about the whole situation. Also I bring in the money. My daughter gets a check for her disability but it isn't much. I would feel terrible if I did leave because she wouldn't be able to live. I could always give her money for the kids. But what about her? She stated she didn't care, she would live bare minimum. She's one of the greatest moms out there. Sigh. I need the courage and willpower but I can never bring myself to do so. Thank you for taking the time to read this. Much love everyone. Update. But what about the kids? I have no idea what to do. For context, read my last post. Thinking about my situation is killing me. I'm starting to hate life. I'm not normal one that would because I love life. Life is good, you know? I really need to leave my marriage. Well, have to leave, but every time I think about leaving I always picture my kids. If I did leave or took time apart from her, how would my kids react to me not being there on the weekdays, or my wife not being there on the weekends? My daughter is 3 with autism. She's a mama's girl and needs her mother all day every day. So it would be impossible for her to stay at my new place if I ended up getting one. Her comfort place is our current house and doesn't do good in different environments. My wife suggested that I could come over to the house and watch them whilst she does other things, but the house would trigger memories and stop me from healing completely. What I mean by that, if I did leave, to me the only way to get over my ex-wife is to not see her, nor be triggered by memories we had in the house. To me, to get over someone you pretty much cut them out of your life. You don't want to see them ever again, etc. But I know if I stay she'll cheat again. We have a conversation earlier and I asked what she really wanted. She told me she had feelings for this other guy, but the guy as a player told me that she's comfortable with me. I asked her, is the only reason you don't want me to leave is because you're comfortable with me and for the kids' sake? She replied with yes. I know people say you have to think about yourself, but I'm more worried about my kids. They're young, I know, 3 and 1, but still. My boy really wants his dad, me, and my daughter wants her mother wife. I know people say it's better to leave and not be miserable, that the kids will adjust to the situation, but that kills me inside. We're never really toxic in front of the kids. Always try our best to keep it civil, so they don't think a toxic environment is normal. My wife doesn't know what she wants, so we need time apart to figure out what both of us really want. But I'm so lost. It's destroying me. Everything is becoming so dull. How do people do it? Update. First timer. 31 million. Wife 29F. Been together for 13 years and married for 3. We love each other so much. Well, I love her so much, not sure about the other way around, but she wants someone else. She cheated on me. I would like to work things out, maybe? Not sure honestly, but I know that it'll be the same situation. So I figured, why not open the marriage up, fuck it. At this point I don't care if things work out between us or not. I already suggested it to her and that I want no part in see someone else. It's all for her. What are sound ground rules to go by? Boundaries, etc. Thank you in advance. Update. Stuck, wife sex, but I'll find a way. I 31 meters. Found out my wife 29F Sam cheated on me about 2 weeks ago. This isn't the first time neither. My dumbass gets back with her every time, but now we have 2 kids together. We've been together for 13 years and married for 3. She's the only person I've been with. I have no desire to sleep with anyone else. A little bit of context about my wife. She's so stunning. An amazing mother. She goes above and beyond for our kids. My daughter is 3 with autism, so it's really rough on my wife. My son is 1, doesn't have autism but follows in his sister's footsteps. Monkey see, monkey do, lol. My wife doesn't have health issues. Not getting into all the details. One of my wife's recent diagnoses is hypersomnia. She can sleep all the time but still be tired. Also fatty liver disease. She's always been great to me besides the cheating part. She told me she wants to work things out. But in reality she caught feelings for the guy and the guy has no feelings towards her. Just a hookup. In my opinion, I'm the second choice of hers, or the fallback backup plan, because her first plan didn't work out. It really pisses me off. I asked her what the hell was her reason for cheating on me this time. Not helping around the house, which I did, maybe not as much as she wanted, but I still did my part. Not giving her enough attention, felt lonely and didn't feel loved. I don't find this out to be true. Even though I went a week or two because I felt something was up and didn't kiss her goodbye or kiss her when I got home from work. I work construction, hard manual labor, which I love, 8, 10, sometimes 11-hour days. When I get home I'm tired as fuck. But she states most men fathers come home from work and do everything, etc. A few nights I'll forget to take out the trash and for some reason that really eats at her, even though she could sit it outside. Maybe I'm a bad person if I forget to take out the trash. I do a lot for this family to survive. One income really sucks, drags me down a lot. But I have a family, so I'm going to provide. Sometimes I forget to do things around the house. Sometimes I want to sit and watch a few episodes of a Netflix series. Sometimes I want to take a nap when I get home. Am I wrong for this? I feel like she's just making excuses about why she cheated on me. Or am I wrong about it? I know cheaters will blame it on you and make you feel guilty about it. I'm not able to get a divorce because of the one income, sadly. Honestly, I'd love to move away, but I love my kids, job, hometown and other things come into play. I have nowhere to go besides her home. I was going to rent out a room with a friend, but it needed some work done because a tree fell onto it. We agreed I was going to fix all of it. But he ended up backing out because his girlfriend. No big deal. Nor did I want to oppose on them either, especially with a newborn. I feel stuck pretty much. I love life, but I don't like the situation I'm in. I know I need to get far away from her as possible, but I don't see how I can at this moment. I'm doing good. I'm not depressed. I'm pretty happy for the most part. But other than that, I'm numb and used to it from her cheating who knows how many times. I know it's been 6 different guys. I guess we are trying to work on things again. I told her it's going to take a long time before I can trust her, that I might not be able to trust her again. She said she understands, but she's depressed about it, etc. Sorry for the long story and being all over the place if I am. I'm tired. Feel free to ask any questions, DM me or whatever works. Hope you guys have a good one. Much love, everyone. Second story. Do I have a right to be upset? Me and my girlfriend are both divorced, with kids, from horrible serial cheaters. We both take monogamy very seriously, and have well-established boundaries for dealing with our exes and people of other gender in general. Neither of us are naive about cheaters and want to help each other feel safe. A while back a situation happened that I've been trying to get past, but it keeps bothering me. She had a son in high school basketball. He had a game in the middle of the workday. For some reason she didn't know the exact schedule until last minute. It happened to fall in the middle of my busiest day. Earlier that day, she informed me her serial cheating ex she had 3 kids with was in town for an unannounced visit. He lives 6 hours away, and he wanted to take the kids to breakfast before school. She didn't go, she went to work. So she abruptly informs me the game is soon, she's gonna go, and invites me to come along. Of course I can't go, and I believe she should have known that. So I tell her unfortunately I can't go, have fun. Then I ask if her ex is gonna be there. She doesn't reply for a long time, then eventually says, "Oh yep, my boy just told me he is." Which seemed to imply she just discovered this after me asking. Then I ask her, "Did you just find that out?" And she admits that no, she knew all along. I get upset and let her know I think this constitutes deception, but she insists that she never lied, just omitted. She's very proud that she never lied and remains unapologetic. So she goes to the game, and then later confesses they ended up sitting together because one of his kids from a new marriage wanted to visit with her kid. This is also upsetting to me because she had previously got upset about me sitting with my parents and kids and ex at my daughter's school Christmas concert. Ultimately, I confronted her about it and she claims I'd never cheat. But I did omit to avoid a confrontation because I am used to my previous SO who would get so jealous. For me, the whole thing at least shows a double standard, in which I'm not allowed to be near my ex, but she can go to basketball games with her ex. At worst, I question her morals because she'd engage in this deception and be fairly remorseless. Am I just being paranoid here? Thanks. Update. Divorced and left my cheating ex and somehow she's the victim. My ex-wife is a serial cheater. We were high school sweethearts, lived together almost 20 years, married for 10, had 2 kids together. Caught her in one affair, and we went to therapy and the truth starting coming out that there was one other guy as well. Then eventually she wanted to unburden herself and be honest that there was about 10 other guys. I left her, divorced and met a new gal. It was hard leaving her. Cohabitation, codependency was all I knew. Plus we had kids. I felt so guilty walking away from my family. On one hand, I really wished I could put the genie back in the bottle and not know the truth and carry on raising my kids with her. But obviously trust was broken and the relationship was toxic as hell. For a time, my attitude was let's take a break and wait and see. Perhaps we could reconcile if something changes. The only thing that changed was I became more sure that I would never trust her again, and I finally pulled the plug and let her know she should move on. Now I've moved on. Found an amazing woman, beautiful woman. This woman is 10 times the woman my ex is. We dated for a year, asked her to marry me. We're engaged and living together. She's an amazing mom with her own kids from a previous marriage, and she's good to my kids as well, and my kids like her. Meanwhile, my ex is doing poorly. From the small town gossip I've gathered, she has one serious boyfriend that treats her poorly, and she cheated on him, at least once that I know of. She has bad mood swings and lashes out at me. When we do handoffs with the kids, 50-50 custody, she'll sometimes throw bags on the ground and storm off. She texts me random "duck you" and the like. If I question why she's acting like this, she'll say things like "you obviously never loved me if you're moving on this quickly. I thought we could work through this, but you don't give a shit about me." She won't take any responsibility that she caused this rift and destroyed trust. And for my part in it, I keep stubbornly insisting I don't deserve to be treated this way. And sometimes I take the bait and tell her how I'm really feeling. Sometimes she admits it's her fault and apologizes. But then she always reverts to her old behavior. I assumed she'd get better with time, or when she found a good man. But it seems like that's not happening anytime soon. I wish I could somehow make her see that this isn't healthy or productive, and ideally, that I've done nothing wrong. I was left with no other choice. It's so frustrating. Update. She cheated and I left her, and the community assumes it's my fault. I am a man with 2 kids that left my serial cheater wife, and divorced her and am now engaged to a new woman, who happens to be about 5 years younger and better looking. And everyone assumes I left her for no good reason, or to chase a younger woman, or I got kicked out for adultery, or my new girl stole me away. They shower my ex with comfort and condolences, and platitudes about how she'll find someone who treats her right, and how it must be so hard. Let me know if you need anything. Her friends don't seem to care what she did. Meanwhile, I get nothing. Even people I've told the truth, I'm pretty sure don't believe me. I live in a small town and own a somewhat prominent business, so people like to gossip about me. They all seem to think I'm a bad person for not sticking with her. I can't help but feel it's sexist. Everyone assumes a man does this stuff, but not a woman. Also, because my ex seems to be meek and sweet, I don't want to tell everyone what really happened. It's embarrassing and I don't want my kids to have to hear about it. I'm told I'm supposed to not care what others think. But that's easier said than done. Also, it wasn't easy for me. Despite having a new woman, it hurts and it shatters your confidence. It was a long road healing from that. Any other betrayed men go through similar stuff.